Guys, do you get it? Do you get it, guys? Guys, do you get it? Welcome back. It said welcome on my back. Never mind. Forget I said anything. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for choosing my video out of all the other videos. Sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to steal that from you. It just came out. I promise I'll come up with my own intro soon, but for now, I'm just kind of, I'm still figuring it out. So yeah, just real quick before the video starts, subscribe, follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok. Everything should be down here in the description. Thank you. So this is a video that I've been wanting to make for like a long time. Like honestly, since before I even started making videos. I did a video about Gen Z and this one guy in particular that really had a personal vendetta against Gen Z, it seemed. You can watch that video right up here. But after this one, make sure you watch this one first. I brought up a lot of points about how, like, yeah, when people get older, their frontal lobes are more developed, their bodies are stronger, they're wiser, they've been through more stuff, so naturally they see the younger generation as just straight up inferior. And it's honestly like really cringe when you're like, oh, I'm the better generation, I'm better than the generation before me and the generation after me, like pick one, or like just accept the fact that all generations have their own strengths and weaknesses, except for millennials. Nobody really likes millennials. That's a joke, by the way. Millennials aren't even that bad, bro. I don't get the hate around millennials. I mean, I get the hate, but I don't get the amount of hate. Anyways, millennials is a whole other video. Today we're talking about Gen Alpha. As a proud member of Gen Z, I've experienced all the hate for us that comes with it, all the hate for the generation before us that came with it, and all of the trials and tribulations unique to our generation. But as we're getting older, there's a new generation coming to the surface, Generation Alpha. Does that name send shivers down your spine? Cause if it does, guess what, bitch? You're no better than the 60, 70, 80-year-old boomers that came before us. All these geezers talking about, back in my day, we learned cursive, and our alcoholic parents beat us with the whipping stick. You're not cool because you have generational trauma, okay? That's us. You're no better than those moms who ask their kids what a floppy disk is, even though this technology hasn't had any use past the early 2000s. For the past 20 years, man. Plus, you'd think I'm exaggerating. Oh, this guy thinks I'm exaggerating. Can you believe it? Well, let's watch this video together. All right, so right off the bat, we have here this still image of this young girl with a honestly very degrading caption on it. Like, first of all, you're filming your kid and putting it online. Weird. This is Generation Alpha, y'all. So based off this caption, you might be thinking this mother is gonna ask her child some very simple questions that anybody should be able to answer. How do you spell business? How do you tie your shoes? Stuff like that. And it's gonna be so embarrassing for Gen Alpha because they don't know these simple, easy questions. Well, let's watch this video, shall we?
What year were you born?
2013.
All right, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability, okay? All right, let's start. What's a floppy disk?
Something that you throw that flops like a bird.
Okay.
I like the way this comment puts it. Now, how is that baby supposed to know floppy disk? I'm not even going to say anything yet. Let's just keep watching. At least she's having fun,
What's a
it looks
phone
like.
book?
A book with your phone in it.
What are the yellow pages?
I don't know.
What is a collect call?
Collect your phone calls.
This is so weird. You can like hear the mom feeling like exasperated and like laughing like embarrassingly, like, oh my god, she doesn't know what a phone book is.
What does it mean when you dial *67 before you make a phone call?
It hides your identity so no one can call you back after a prank call.
She actually knows some of them too.
What is a flash drive?
Something where you can put memories on.
Okay. What is AOL?
I don't know.
I don't even know what
Any
AOL
guess?
is.
No? Okay. What's a pager? Any guess?
Pager. I like her face on that. That's funny.
Gives you clean pages.
Clean pages. And then of course we have to have the crying laughing emojis at the end just to top it all off. It looks like they had fun filming it, but the whole concept of this is so weird. It's like asking this child like, hey, what are these weird obscure pieces of technology that have lost complete relevance for over 20 years, and then acting like surprised and acting degrading towards her when she doesn't know. That's just kind of ridiculous, bro. Oh, our new baby is so sweet. What's an iPod? You fucking idiot. You dumb little baby. You don't even know what an iPod is. What are wired headphones? This baby is such a fucking idiot. Okay, can we please talk about this Clarendon filter effect on this video? I seriously thought that us as a society have like collectively moved past the need for like literally the worst choice of filter that you could ever use. The only time that I ever see the Clarendon filter anymore is like on some 30-year-old woman's post from like 2010 or something like that. It's just embarrassing for her at this point. And also, I know that I touched on this already earlier, but like I don't know why Gen X just fully insists on putting their child online for the entire world to see. Did she consent to that? Is she aware of the possible ramifications of something like that? Does she even grasp the full reality of like not just numbers, but behind each number is a person watching this video, and the different kinds of people that could be seeing these videos? Like, putting your child online is just a terrible idea all around. Like, babies, it's one thing. Newborn babies, I get it if you want to show off your baby, like, whatever. But, like, posting your 10-year-old daughter acting like you're embarrassing her when really you're just embarrassing yourself for a public TikTok account for how many people? 260.4 thousand people to see. What is going through y'all's heads? I got myself a little riled up. Let's go ahead and watch the next one here.
I don't know if y'all have seen all the stuff about Gen Alpha coming out, about how like there's 12 and 13-year-olds reading and doing math at a 4th grade level, but like Gen Alpha's cooked. They're done for, man. Back in my senior year of high school, I worked with my elementary school's robotics team, and let me tell you, these kids are completely different than how we were when we were their age.
All right. Sure, buddy. Everybody wants to think that they're different or they're special or whatever, but I mean, kids are kids. You were a kid once. Everybody on earth has been a kid once. Like, it's just kind of stupid calling them out like, oh dude, I was completely different from these kids, bro. Like, I was nothing like these kids. I was just better and smart. You sound dumb, you sound stupid, and frankly, you sound very old. Like, why are we we are too young to be sounding old, man. I'm 19, and you know, I don't want to be sounding like I'm a 60-year-old back in my day geezer.
I had a 5th grader come up to me and ask if I could program the robot to play Shot of Flow by NLE Chopper. Like, you're 10 years old. You should not know what that song is. Every single last one of them had a phone, and like 90% of those phones had Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok installed. Like, you're too young. Like, these kids are just grown up.
That's just a sign of change. Jesus, that's literally just a sign of changing times. Like, you know how cursive, for example, you know, everybody knew cursive, and it was just like a part of a lot of people's daily lives. And now, like, they don't teach cursive in schools anymore. I couldn't write in cursive for the life of me. And you know what? I never have needed to use it. Not once in my entire life have I found a situation where I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for some cursive. I've been training for this moment my whole life. That's how I imagine people writing cursive, man.
Being constantly exposed to just instant gratification from their big sticky iPads, and it has just completely fried their brain. Also, the school decided it was a good idea to give everyone from grade 2 to grade 6 a Chromebook, their own Chromebook to take home. I don't know whose genius idea it was to entrust a laptop to like a 7-year-old, but like, you're stupid. They do everything online now too, like their math homework's online, like their English homework is online, everything, their coursework, everything's online. These kids go to school and then they stare at a Chromebook for like 8 hours a day and they don't even know what they're doing. I watched a 4th grader Google the answer to a multiplication problem because they couldn't solve it. They gave up. They just Googled it.
Yes, everything is online. Everything's on a Chromebook. Like I said before, the times are literally just changing. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want you to answer to yourself completely honestly. When was the last goddamn time you had to pick up a pencil/pen? Think about that. Really think about that. When was the last time you had to write down numbers? instead of typing it in. I genuinely believe that us as a society are kind of just moving away from the whole like pencil and paper because everything is online, and that's just a sign of changing times. Ooh, bars? What the fuck? This is the same thing as the outdated technology from the mom with the kid, okay? You're not better than anybody else because you had to sit down and write with a pencil, and these kids have to type everything down. It's the same shit, different toilet. Is that a saying? I just made that up off the top of my head, and that's kind of sick. I will say though, I remember doing these multiplication tables, and like, honestly, I liked them. I was really good at them. What can I say?
You would break out a 1-minute timer, and then you got to get through as many of these as you possibly could.
I would finish them every
built
time.
Character. This is where I was exposed to the cruelty of this world, and I became a man. These things right here have caused
This guy is literally speaking like a boomer, bro. When I was young, I had to walk 50 miles through the snow and the rain and the sleet and the wind just to show up on time for school 30 minutes early to get my homework finished. Oh, these kids today are so spoiled. That's what this guy sounds like. Just all he needs is a bald spot right here, some dentures and some suspenders, and he's literally a boomer. And I don't understand how he's not self-aware about this.
Like, they're cooked. They're done for. Like, their brains are mush, man.
Brains turning to mush is a common reoccurring theme here. The Gen Xers heard this from the boomers when MTV was coming out. And they were, listening to rock and roll and stuff like, oh, the rock and roll's turning their brains to mush. Millennials heard this from the Gen Xers when like the first primitive forms of phones and like iPods and stuff were coming out. Oh, the internet's gonna turn their brain to mush. The Gen Z heard this from the Gen X parents talking about the violent video games is gonna turn their brain to mush. And look at us, man. Everybody turned out fine. Yes, we had our own struggles and our own things that we had to deal with, but we turned out fine. I feel like this problem solving thing is gonna be another struggle that the Gen Alpha is gonna be growing up with, and I feel like they're gonna overcome it and they're gonna be fine because they're children. And you know what? Right now, I'm starting to feel a little bit crazy. I feel like I'm the only one in the world that has these opinions and everybody else is crazy. So I need to watch some, and y'all can watch some with me, of people actually, supporting my opinion and not wanting to turn into a bunch of old geezers. All right, so here's a small example. Okay, check this one out with me. Oh my god, this is so loud. Shit, no. Oh my god. I literally just got freaking ear raped. This kind of sums it up pretty well. We liked the same shit when we were younger and we turned out fucking fine. But anyways, that's a small example. That was just, a random meme that somebody made. This is the one I really wanted to watch.
Why are there so many people around my age, I'm talking like 20 to 25 years old, talking about, guys, the preteens nowadays are shopping at Sephora. They're getting Stanleys for Christmas. They're doing skincare. Oh my god. Why are we talking like old people all
Literally, that's what I was saying, bro. We are too young to start sounding like old people, bro. This shit shouldn't be happening until we're like 40 or 50, and we're like 19 to 25, and we are already complaining about the generation before us. It's too early for this shit, man.
Do you guys not recall being in late elementary school to like middle school? It wasn't that long ago for us, okay? You should remember. We all knew at least a few girls who wore like a ton of makeup at straight up 11 years old. There have always been kids that wanted the trendy new accessory, whatever the back then equivalent of a Stanley Cup was. And these kids didn't pop into existence when we were that age either. They've been around for decades. Well, when I was 11, I was playing with Barbie still. Okay, you weren't the cool kid. I'm sorry to break it to you. There are still 11-year-olds that play with Barbies. There are plenty of 11-year-olds who shop at Claire's, okay? And for decades, there have been preteens that own adult makeup. Now, is it healthy for a 12-year-old to be putting retinol on their face? Probably not. But let's not pretend like we weren't also doing crazy things to our skin as preteens. Your skin is surprisingly resilient at that age. They'll be fine.
This is what I've been trying to say, bro. Huge shout out to Oh Hey It's Gabe for, not being a brainwashed old geezer at 20 years old, man. Thank you so much. Penguin Zero has echoed some of the same sentiment. He uploaded a reaction to Skibbity Toilet about 6 months ago, talking about like how old he feels, that there's like this new blowing up trend that he actually hasn't heard of. And I was like, oh man, I feel you, because me being 19, almost 20, damn. That's crazy. What the fuck? There are shirts that were made the same year I was born that are considered vintage now. When I realized that for the first time, oh my god, the existential crisis that I went through. But you know, I'm good now because like, yeah, I'm 19. I got the world ahead of me, you know, all that bullshit. Anyway, I got off topic. Penguin Zero echoed the sentiment of like, so Skibbity Toilet is a Gmod something to do with Gmod. I was never really into that as a kid, but those were really popular when we were younger too. Okay, the Gmod edits. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. The people behind Skibbity Toilet put a lot of, you know, creative effort into it. And I'm not saying that I like Skibbity Toilet or like actively follow it or anything. All I'm saying is from one creative worker to another, I have to give it, you know, at least a certain level of respect. And there are worse things that these kids could be watching. Personally, I would rather have these kids watching Skibbity Toilet because there's lore and effort that went into it than something like Cocomelon, okay? I feel like Cocomelon is like the bane of children. Anyways, now I'm starting to sound old, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video before I start sounding too old. Point of all of this is that there is hope. All of the dumbass Gen Z kids that are addicted to their iPads and their brains actually are turning into mush, they're out there and they're going to get naturally selected out. And the smart ones that buckled down and did the work and know how to read, those are the ones that are going to thrive, okay? We should be fine. If you liked this video, please leave it a like. If you really, really liked this video, please subscribe. It actually means so much to me if you want to see my future uploads. If you have anything you want to say about the video, please leave a comment. I always appreciate to see those. I try and read every single one. Actually, I do read every single one because I get like 20 comments per video max. Yeah, guys, that's going to be about it. Have a good day. See ya.